they really want to mix it up. But pretty standard stuff, I feel like, from Sentinels. Really good zone control. You have, obviously, the Anivia wall, the Anivia ult. You have Caitlyn traps. You have, Lux binding. You have so many tools to make entering into a fight very, very difficult. The Shen for Photon doing that well. And it was really kind of, there was a conspicuous absence of Ornn, of Cassante.
He's leaning forward.
He is.
And,
as
mid lane, Darkwings popped into the Anivia passive.
Okay.
He's fine.
But he had not played a single game of Cassante, Sion, or Ornn. All champions that are super related to him.
Now Palafox might not be okay. He used the Ghost and the Flash just to get the passive on Darkwings, and that's first blood.
For the solution, if you get hit by a binding, the trap will be there to follow. Yep. Of course, post 6, Melio will be there to try to back you up. And FBI just looking for some trades here. He clearly wants to get back to base to reset, but had to stay around as he was getting a little bit nervous there for Rahel.
Yeah, Hui doesn't have a lot of mana, but will now get the reset up as well. I think that unanimously the community agrees with that, and I have to concur as well. When you look at the games that they win, everyone's stepping up, but FBI consistently, even in the games they're losing, has been the one that looks like he's staying in the game. Photon also, though, getting some nods. Happy about that. As well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Photon, especially in lock-in, was a real carry threat. He has had some good games throughout the regular season, but I feel like has not been as dominant as what we saw from him in lock-in, where it was feeling like, oh man, this guy's laning phase is really scary. And,
ooh, nice binding there as FBI will be fine. Melio shields and heals are just too much right now for them to get through.
And that was barrier out from FBI as well, so he does pop the barrier. Ignar was not yet 6, so Final Spark just kind of thrown out basically as a little bit of hope, right? Yeah. So you need to go some sort of wave clear item, and almost always people do prefer the Titanic Hydra. Lets you get those waves moving in the right direction very quickly. And if you want to be a split push threat, then that's kind of what you need. And
make Krog and walk away.
Yeah, Darkwings is coming down to cover as well. I actually like that they are not over-forcing on a dive and instead just keep delaying the base, delay the base, delay the base. He's got to have Hex Optics. Yep, there's the Hex Optics on base.
There's the Shurelius too, so first items for both AD carry and support as Darkwings now the focus in the mid lane, throws out the stun, flashes the wall, but a follow from XU. Not gonna land the knock up, so Darkwings is fine.
Yeah, that's frustrating there for XU, but that is kind of what you're dealing with as Impact. Maybe gonna find an angle.
Throws out the unstoppable onslaught, flash from Photon as Rahel is here with the autos. Knockup lands. Photon trying to get back to safety. Walking into the Lux ultimate. Is able to dodge out that one. Hui, can he get the kill credit? Photon shadow dashes away. Light binding lands. Ace in the hole for the kill credit. Rahel picks it up.
Nice play there. Yeah, you got his flash. Like, that is still a trade up. But Stand United with no CDR is a 3-minute cooldown. Like, that is brutal, right? The next time you're going to be even looking for a play is around 20 minutes. And so that is really, really like Nocturne or Alistar or Nautilus, like someone who's going to be able to go in and make sure that they are still there as you are arriving.
Slow bleed here as Sentinels just creep further and further ahead. I actually would love if Stats could take a look at Rahel and how many turret plates he's got. Because I must have been all 5 bot. I know he got at least 1 top and I think 3 mid. So Rahel might have just gotten 2 full turrets worth of plates, essentially.
He's
extra golden game or something like that, you know?
I think that's fair.
I feel like that should be allowed.
That's fair. Reasonable.
I like that. Next, he goes in with the Audacious Charge onto Rahel. Just trapped up. Has the Crescent Guard available. He's holding it for a very long time, but now walled off. Cataclysm from Hambach. As XU still rooted in place, goes back onto Rahel and taken out of there. That's another kill to the AD carry as the kills continue. FBI hit by Darkwings and Impact. And Sentinels just pick up 2 in the mid lane.
You did say it was a slow bleed, but I feel like they're missing some limbs at this point now. They're bleeding uncontrollably.
It's but a flesh wound, Azale.
No.
No?
No, there's internal damage there as well.
Internal bruising. Somebody check the life support system.
It's time to say your goodbyes, you know. Any final words, you know, you got to get them in.
Yeah, I feel like I'm usually a positive guy when it comes to in-game chances.
And I'm over and over, then that's what you're going to go for. But unfortunately, if you do lose a 20-minute Baron to a team that is already 7.5K ahead and on soul points, it's going to be tough.
Also, rule number 1, if you're being hunted, pack together strong. Darkwings with a team as Colleen will get a big chunk of damage onto him, but the Cataclysm onto FBI, actually trying to keep him alive. Buy some space for the AD carry. As now the trap lands onto XU, the Crescent Guard has expired. Dignitas just don't have the ultimates to walk up. They almost got Darkwings into the passive, but not quite enough. They at least stopped the Baron.
Yeah, they do stop the Baron, which is good. But they spend their Stand United, the Crescent Guard, they spend a lot of tools there to
We're sending
so.
Photon in there. Just solo mission. Oh, the light binding lands onto 2 as the flash taunt. XU at the flank onto Hui. Dignitas find a play and get their first kill of the game.
What did I tell you? Lux?
Give him a couple friends up there. Yeah. 25 seconds till the next dragon. This is the Soul. So Sentinels have been playing a clean game so far, and now it looks like they're going to pick Palafox in the side lane. He flashes away, dodges the flag and drag, but the Cataclysm will land true, and that is a pick for Sentinels. Honorable.
There you go.
That's what we learned.
Yeah.
I think that's a plot. Am I close? I don't know.
We'll count it.
I feel like I'm disappointing Captain Flowers right now because he's like the 80s movie guy, and every time I mention a movie I haven't seen, he gets really sad. So, sorry. Sorry, Clayton. Either way, Dragon's
tough. I mean, it feels like the only kind of very small little glimmers of light has been FBI getting some pressure here and there. But
XU walled off from the rest of the team. Has to jump in with the Crescent Guard. He's solo versus 5 right now. Photon does come in with Stand United, but XU has to flash away from the Cataclysm. Does survive for now, as Breath of Life will keep everybody topped off, healthy enough to continue the escape. And Dignitas do get out of there, but that's a lot of defensive tools used by Dignitas, so Sentinels can just walk straight to the Baron.
Yeah, pretty much everyone popped all their ults there. Darkwings is going to be spotted on this ward, so they will be aware that this is happening. You got to go try to defend it. Maybe you get some random kills. If you take them out, if you steal the Baron, hey, yeah, at least you got a shot. Yeah,
Baron might be the true carry of Dignitas as it's shredding Sentinels right now, getting some extra damage in there as Hambach does secure the objective. Photon got in there, but Hambach is able to hold his ground, and Sentinels picks up the kill there.
Yeah, XU couldn't even get over.
Oh, flash to follow up onto XU as Rahel will go on a killing spree. Teleport into the mid lane as it looks like it's gonna be a slaughter. Double kill to Rahel. FBI flashes the flag and drag as Hui looks for the binding onto Ignar. And FBI just has no chance. Sentinels completely suffocated Dignitas in this game 1.
That is just domination here in the first game. 9-1, 10K up, 25 minutes in. You got Soul Baron, and you're going for the Nexus here. That is about as stomped as you can get.
On the bright side, Sentinels looking like the best team in the LCS right now, Azale. If we're just looking pure stats, as they'll take down these 2 Nexus turrets. Sentinels making very quick work of Dignitas in game number 1. They're hopeful for that top 4 playoff position as they will take game 1.
Well played there by Sentinels, looking locked in here. The Caitlyn Lux bot lane doing a lot of work. And now you're just looking for the answering pick here for Photon. Is it going to be compositional, or is it going to be about the lane? And if that Ornn gets locked in, which it does, it is just really about the comp. So he's going to be playing, less for the 1v1, though I do think Ornn can do fine into the Renekton. And much more down a flash there. Tried to go for the big play, did not find it, unfortunately, for him. But Hambach is looking for Palafox.
Ishil's impact, lands on to Palafox, gets the stun into the wall. Flash is available, and he's not even going to use it. First blood to Hambach.
Palafox kind of just accepted his fate.
Walks away.
Yeah, and Palafox, very defensive build, understandably, given the situation that he is in, but there is no damage behind this Annie.
Flash Tibber, stun. Now they're diving underneath the turret. XU looking for it and gets it. Even survives the spiraling despair. Dignitas get out.
Yeah, nice engage there. Palafox goes in, and it's double flash here from Dig, but they do get the kill. Got pretty close. Darkwings almost was able to turn it around there onto XU, but Hambach gonna be looking. He doesn't have the damage to do anything here.
Nice. Yeah, maybe if you get in Impale range, but Palafox is able to stun and just walk away, so that's something. Signs of life for Dignitas. XU now on the board with a kill. Top lane looks like a 1v1 as Impact pops the Dominus. Photon should get back to his turret, no problem, and he's going to be able to catch this wave just fine.
Yep, and the Protoplasm Harness going to get finished there. That's the Master Card Power Spike. And Hambach with that support item is going to have that done really quickly. And Photon's starting to build an HP lead up on that top side because Dominus is down and Chains of Corruption is going to miss.
Ooh, call the Forge God from Photon. He's looking to take his own 1v1 here as Impact no longer has the Dominus, but Photon not in range to flash follow.
And even with that big gold lead, Impact, almost getting solo kill there. If he doesn't flash, he is dead, and that's what I was going to touch on is, he had to use the Dominus just for health, and then he's starting to fall behind in health, and Call of Forge God was still there, but Photon is now, so This is a little bit sketchy for Impact, but Hambach is around. They want to try to pull off the dive. Hambach's going to be the one that has to tank it up.
Yeah, if Impact starts the turret aggro, that's bad news. So watch for Hambach initially. Impact will just provide some damage afterwards. Ishiel's Impact. Photon flashes, and the arrow comes in to back him up. It lands onto Impact. Bellows breath. Bonk auto. Photon
from the Dignitas bot lane. So Sentinel's still out to a decent early game lead, looking for Palafox.
As now Hambach in the mid lane. Doesn't have the damage behind him, but will throw out the Impale. He's stunned up, but just trying to keep Palafox in place for Dark Wings to arrive. Palafox trying to sidestep, cannot do so. Hambach with the kill credit. Sentinels making
He got stunned, but the Impale was already casting. So he was able to actually land the Impale while stunned because that goes through the CC and then just pulls it back. That buys time for Hui and Dark Wings to arrive, and it's another good play by Hambach's Garner.
And afterwards, you go straight to the Dragon. That's the first one picked up here. There was one
sword done here now for Nefiri, so you are going to be pretty strong up on that that jungle position here for Dignitas, but Impact.
Photon fancies himself. 1v1, not quite able to land the second use of Call of the Forge God. Impact's able to slice and dice away.
It was not where he called him. Showed up somewhere else.
Yeah, that was a page of the Forge God right there. Gotta guess where you are.
The first dragon was pretty late. Remember, last game we had Soul at 23 minutes, and it's 15 in. We only have one.
Byron Disclair lands on a Photon. Rahel now the focus in the mid lane, though. 2 plays as Dignitas get mid, Sentinels get bottom lane. It's going to be an 80 carry for top lane trade, but Dignitas might find more. Impact also in the mid lane, pops the Dominus, but with 3 members of Dig on top of him, he's in trouble. Teleport coming in to back him up. Hui on the flank. Impact is still alive, and Dark Wings turns the play for a kill. Impact just holds the line for so long. They're even going to get Ignar. Hambach with a kill credit there on a rampage. Sentinels make the play bot and back up to play mid.
That was huge from Impact, just getting in the middle of everyone. Got such a massive heal from the Cult of Meek there on 3 members of Dig. He was just shredding them with the Dominus with all his AoE damage. Bought enough time for the rest of the Sentinels members to arrive. And this took what was looking
to the bot lane. Photon has to flash away as he was the focus. That's Tempered Fate used, but nice buffer as the Herald dropped, and there was an outer turret. It was dropped between bottom outer and tier 2, and I didn't even realize there's still a turret there. Now Photon will throw Call of the Forge God, feared away though, not able to land it there. Actually, it was the Herald that got him up there. Stun now into XU at his own Wolf Camp. Sentinels, yeah, they just can't do any wrong. I mean, they're getting engaged on bot side, then they turn it back and get a pick in the jungle.
Yeah, really nicely timed fear there coming out from Dark Wings, denying the redirect of that Call of the Forge God from Photon.
Palafox now looking for that engagement. Rahel instant cleanse and gets out of there. Actually, Mikhail's instant from Hui.
Even more impressive that that is not his own cleanse. That is the perfectly timed Mikhail's from Hui. And Rahel doesn't even flash. He just sidesteps the Encore, goes through the Magical Journey, gets to be in a very good spot.
Hard commit onto Palafox. That's Magical Journey from Hui. They're teleporting up Impact. Palafox trying to get back to his tier 2 turret, but the Cosmic Binding lands and the chain CC continues. Palafox tries a Rocket Belt away, and Impact with 1 slice, 1 dice will take him down.
Yeah, going to be able to get that kill, and Hambach was playing guard duty here, just kind of standing in between the rest of the Dignitas members.
Now FBI in the mid lane. There's the cleanse from Rahel, but the Tempered Fate lands onto 3. Sentinels defending as the Impale onto the carries. FBI's down. Ignar trying to escape. XU jumping away from the team as Hui flash stuns him in the wall. Dignitas can't go anywhere. Sentinels are ready for them everywhere they go.
Not be able to respond to it at all, unlike last game.
GoldenEye Bard rocking the 008 score line right now. Baron picked up for Sentinels. 7.4K gold.
Most annoying team to play against because they play so aggressive. So you never know what's going to happen in that one. And of course, that is a very important game for FlyQuest, who's trying to get top 4 as well. But Sentinels going to be depending upon Lion here to get their series win.
But they're putting themselves in a good spot for it, because step 1 was win this series. And they are doing that with flying colors right now, Azale. Game 1 was a Giga Stomp. Game 2, big surge to life now. It's Call of the Forge God from Dignitas. Photon lands this time only onto Hambach. That's the tank. That's the front line. Not the one that you want to be hitting there. As the battle lines are drawn, we're just poking the Skarner, poking the Ornn. Impact now goes in, gets the stun, and baits out the Tibbers while dashing away. So Dignitas no longer have the big bear as Hambach gets in, pulls back the carry yet again. FBI goes down and Hambach goes godlike. Sentinels hitting the middle inhibitor turret as they have a 5v4 push with the Baron buff. Dignitas have to regroup under their Nexus.
Yeah, Dignitas is just pulling back to try to heal up. I don't think Sentinels can end it right now, but they are going to be able to get this mid lane inhibitor. You can see pings onto the bot lane tier 2 as well. The gold lead now nearly 10,000.
Yep.
Sentinels just crushing it here once again against Dignitas, and looking like they are in good form as they are going to be heading into playoffs. You know, whether or not they do get top 4, they will be a part of playoffs. So they are looking like they are ready to go.
And everyone needs to be ready for a Hambach Skarner. This is about to be 5-0,
this thing, man.
7-0-1 on this champion in this game. Like, this guy, this is his bread and butter at this point.
Yeah, I really think it is one of these champions that he is deserving of the respect. You got to ban it.
Oh, actually, right now, Sentinel is trying to get into Dignitas' jungle. Darkwing's hit with the Tempered Fate from Huhi, and now he's going to get knocked up. No, he flashes a wall. Able to get away from Dignitas' re-engage as Rahel throws out the Chain of Corruption onto Photon. Again, the front line. Dignitas fighting for control of their own jungle as Sentinels making them work for it. XU push away from the rest of the team on the top, while Dignitas grouping around their Ornn on the bottom lane. No one's going to go down yet, but Hambach's walking in. Now Call the Forge God used. Only lands again onto Hambach. But look at XU! Gets out the Darkwings on the flank! They lost track of the Nefiri, but Darkwings does get away through the magical journey. XU survives as well. Nobody dead yet as Rahel flashes and cleanses to get back to the rest of his team.
I mean, you can see how Dignitas can win this game, right? Like, their compositionally, this is why I favor their comp. Chains of Corruptions hits onto the Ornn, and you don't even see his health move when the Piercing Arrow comes through. XU trying to steal away this camp, heal up a little bit. But as long as you're putting some pressure on the Darkwings, Photon is very hard for this team to kill.
Photon CPing back in. Darkwings does not have TP, so Sentinels will not have their mid laner here for the Dragon contest. Initial impact is delayed here. Hambach is trying to get onto XU, but Photon locked him in place. Hambach's gonna go down. Dignitas just killed Sentinels jungler in the Dragon Pit as Impact got the TP flank. Tempered Fate lands onto one member. That's the Annie. Flash away from Palafox, gets back to safety of Dignitas. It's a 5v4 for Dig. No jungler on the enemy team. Can they hold the line? Flash from Hui lands a double stun. Follow-up damage from Darkwings as XU looks to get onto the Hui, but massive damage comes back. Dignitas limp away with slivers of health bars. Sentinels winning the 4v5 push off Dig, and they're going to continue the chase. Magical Journey from Hui. XU slowed down from the Bard autos. Rahel can't quite get in range for the damage. But I think message is sent. Sentinels will not back down, even in a 4v5.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. They knew that they were missing so many of their big cooldowns. You know, no Encore, no Call of the Forge God at that time. So they just went in for it.
We try, we try. We try.
We try. That's really all that you can want from them at this point in time.
Oh, beautiful. He realized, you know what, they're low on health, they're low on cooldowns. I'm going to force this. So Magical Journey's in, flashes. You know what, Leo? With this stat, you moved into my top 9 stats guys, currently employed by the LCS.
Shout out to LCS stats guy Leo for making Azael's top 9. That is a big move. He's moving up the rankings right there. Called the Forge God from Photon, lands onto Rahel, but nobody's in range to follow up, so Dignitas used their big engage tool. Now it's Sentinel's turn. They peel off from the Baron, head back towards the mid lane. Dignitas are pretty much out of their engage range, though, as now we're just jockeying for mid lane control. The arrow goes wide. Sentinels didn't even have to sidestep that one. So Dignitas don't have the arrow, don't have the Forge God. It really comes down to Palafox on the Annie to make anything happen here. They got to walk into a completely blind jungle. No wards for Dignitas down, as they at least will get some down in the line brush.
They do have 4 ornaments, so, you know, hey, that's something.
True.
If they can actually keep this game delay, they do outscale. I really believe that. And I mean, FBI is relevant, but of course they are massively behind. One bad fight, the game will just end.
Yeah.
So you don't get, you know, extra chances here, but we'll see if they can make something happen.
Maybe 5 out of 316. but they're saying there's a chance. Okay, Azale?
They could be number 6.
It could be number 6. XU heavily chunked as Impact was waiting in the brush by the Baron. XU at about 200 health can just not approach the Baron to contest now. Photon's trying to buy space for the rest of the team, but now he's the focus as he's half health himself. Darkwings is pumping damage onto this Ornn. He is not invincible. Call the Forge God will be pulled. Knock up onto the mid laner, and they got him. Darkwings just gets eviscerated by Photon. XU's trying to get into the pit, not in time, will die for the attempt. Baron secured, as now Photon yet again moving forward without the team behind him. They're getting blocked by Impact, but now the arrow goes out on a Hambach. He gets the Impale in time, pulls back Photon to Palafox, but there's no damage behind him. Dignitas forced the flash out of Hambach. Retreat from Sentinels. They got the Baron, but Dignitas might take down Hui. That's a shutdown for FBI. Hambach with the Ishil's Impact does get over the next wall. Impact teleported in. He's in a 1v4 right now. Full health bar plus teleport shield. Dignitas pretty low. Hambach stuck around. He's looking for Ignar, blocking off the Seraphine. But Seraphine gets to the team. Rahel now rejoins. The arrows are landing. FBI, he's gonna die. Impact slays the carry as Rahel goes on a killing spree as well. Dignitas tried their best, but Sentinels will get the Baron and in the prolonged team fight, take down 4 members of Dignitas.
It was a valiant effort. You know what? You're down 10K, you're down 3 Dragons. Sentinels made the difference. They get out, they're able to come back, re-engage, and eventually knock down a lot of those members. And now looking for this bot lane inhib. Palafox and FBI are back now. Still 20 until Photon is up. And it's going to be all about the soul. Can you prevent that and try to keep prolonging this game?
Sentinels with the Baron push have 2 cannons hitting this bottom lane as they'll take the middle inhibitor as well. Supers will start spawning in the next wave rotation here. Sentinels still have cannons for 2 more waves. How much can they get done with these? One inhibitor, or 1 Nexus turret rather, looks like it's about to go down, and there it is. So 1 Nexus turret remains. Dignitas still have 5. Call the Forge Gods available, Tibbers available, Arrow available. They have the tools. They just gotta find the right target.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to find that target. It is difficult. Cleanse, Mikhail's, lots of tools available.
Coming in. Flash from Rahel to avoid the Tibbers as Root lands on the Palafox. XU's able to get onto Rahel. The Varus is in trouble. The Varus is down. Shut down from XU as Impact's in a 1v3 takes out an FBI. The carries both fall, but Impact gets a little more with the double kill. Support goes down. 2 for 2 right now, but Darkwings was untouched. Hui gets the kill on the Palafox. Sentinels with the mid laner leading the charge have more than enough damage to close out this game. Massive wave with supers. The second Nexus turret falls. Dignitas with XU and Photon trying desperately to take this fight, but XU stunned up by Hui, pushed by Hambach. That's the jungler out of there. That's Dignitas' split done. Sentinels with a 2-0 will continue into playoffs.
Nicely done. Sentinels get it done here with the 2-0. Impact with a solo kill